Imagine a world where the sun is both your friend and your greatest enemy. A world where stepping outside during the day means preparing for battle against the harsh rays of the sun, against curious stares, and against myth older than time. For those born with albinism, this world isn't imaginary. It's actually real. A world where melanin, the pigment that protects and colors most, is absent. A world where every glance feels like a spotlight.
All my life, I have been discriminated. However, I didn't see it as discrimination because it was so extremely embedded with my society to the point that it's tagged as normal, but it's not. You walking down the street and someone calling you by, what you look like or by your gene, it's discriminative because, you could call me by anything else. You could call me or address me as a woman, ma, auntie, or things like that.
Albinism, a rare condition, yes, but one that brings with it an undeniable strength. It affects roughly 1 in 20,000 people worldwide. No matter where they are, on the streets of New York or the villages of Tanzania, their story is the same. One of survival, of resilience, and of undeniable beauty.
Being a person with albinism, it can be definitely challenging walking down the street with the bright sun and trying to, open up your eyes like this because, because of what the rays does to your eyes. So I would say I've just been able to manage them with, I would say, getting the right gadgets, I guess. Getting sunglasses, an umbrella, and things like that. First and foremost, I love the fact that my parents did a very good job in not making me feel indifferent because I'm the firstborn and I'm the only one that has albinism within my immediate family, and I didn't realize why people would treat me the way they treated me. And even outside of secondary school posts, grad, it's been crazy because the little things people would say to you, they might think, okay, why not? However, it's extremely discriminative itself. I am still severely short-sighted, and it was a struggle for me during my early years in school because I would say people were not necessarily educated about albinism, so they just felt like, okay, I can't see, so they didn't necessarily know the reason why I can't necessarily see from afar.
In some parts of the world, old superstitions and dangerous myths still surround those with albinism, but the tide is turning. Activists, artists, and everyday people with albinism are stepping into the light, demanding to be seen not as victims, but as victors.
I personally haven't necessarily been in a situation whereby I would say my life has been threatened because I have albinism, but I know for a fact that it still happens. The only difference is that it's not necessarily publicized. People are not necessarily aware about it, so that's why it's kind of, silent. I would say our society can definitely be of a big support to people with albinism in terms of awareness. People need to be aware. In my opinion, I would say the misconception about albinism is, mostly culturally based. Okay, because you're an albino, you are weak. You can't necessarily do too much. You can't do this, you can't do that. You can't eat salt, you can't eat pepper. It's going to give you rashes, blah, blah, blah. It's just so crazy. You can't see during the day. That means you'll not be able to see during the night. Like, trust me, you as a person with albinism, you are the creativity of God himself. So let that sink into your brain, understand that and live through that, and trust me, in fact, you will never know when you've been able to fly past all the nonsense. I love Africa.
The sun may burn their skin, but it cannot dim their inner light. The world may stare, but it cannot shake their spirits. Albinism is not a defect. It's a declaration of uniqueness, a statement that being different is just another way to be extraordinary.